the class, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. Once you're on the website, you go to mathematics because our lesson would be for maths. Your grade is grade 9. This lesson would be for grade 9s. And the name of the topic is linear inequalities. Okay, I'll just give you the chapter number and the lesson number. So for the chapter linear inequalities, it is chapter number 8, and we are doing lesson number 4, and the name of the lesson is linear inequalities. Solve for y. Solve the inequalities, right? So what we will do is we will be solving inequalities. Let's go to maths grade 9, the topic linear inequalities, chapter number 8 and lesson number 4. Okay, so I'll write down the question and then we'll see what we needs to be done over here. Okay, the first question that we have says, okay, I'll just resize this and I'll arrange this. Okay, write down the following inequality. Okay, this is our question number 1. The inequality given to us is 20x plus y is less than equals to minus 20. Okay, so what we need to do is write the following inequality in slope intercept form. What is slope intercept form? We always write y is equals to mx plus or minus the value of c, where the value of m represents the value of slope, how tilted a line is. Okay, this is the slope intercept form. So what we need to do is we need to change this inequality first, then write your answer with y first, followed by an inequality symbol. Use integer proper fraction and improper fraction in the simplest form. Okay, so we need to pick up any of these signs. Okay, so what we can do is if 20x plus y was greater than equals to minus 20, right? I'll rewrite that. I'll remove these symbols from here. So the inequality given to us was 20x plus y is greater than equals to minus 20. How can we say it's greater than equal? Because the open end of the sign is always facing the larger value, right? Or we can say minus 20 is less than equals to 20x plus y. Okay, can we what we need to see is we have positive y already on this side, on the left hand side. I'll just write this is the left hand side and this was the right hand side. We have a positive y and we have a positive 20x. Can we take the 20x from the left hand side to the right hand side? It was positive on this side. When it goes to the other side, it changes the sign, right? It becomes a negative 20x and minus 20 stays as it is, right? Or we say we subtract, 20x from the either side, right? If we subtracting minus 20x from either side, this would be cancelled out. So the slope intercept form would be this. Why? Because this is written as mx plus c, and in this question, in this particular question, the value of the slope would be minus 20. We do not have to find the slope yet. They're just saying, write the following inequality in slope-intercept form. And this is our answer. Okay, we change the form into y is equals to mx plus c. Sometimes some teachers would say y is equals to mx plus b. See, b or c, any variable, but m is the slope. Okay, m would represent the slope, and the other word for slope is also used as gradient. It tells us how slant a line is. Okay, moving on to the next question. Are there any questions? We are trying to simplify linear inequalities and make y the subject. Okay, for the next question, it says, for write the following inequality. Let me just copy this, then we'll use this. Okay, and the question says, okay, for question number 2, it says, write the following inequality in slope intercept form. Let me rearrange this so that we have more space. Equality, okay. If this is our question number 2, they're saying us to write it in the slope intercept form. And the inequality given to us was 20x plus y is less than negative 6. So can we subtract 20x on either sides? So when we subtract 20x from either sides, we remove this, and this becomes y is less than minus 20x and minus 6, because these were the values on the left hand side and these would be the remaining values on the right hand side, right? Do we agree? So what is the slope? The slope is negative 20. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing. Let's suppose we were sketching, we were drawing this on a graph paper, right? Not right now, it's just additional information that I'm trying to give. We know that this axis is positive x-axis, this is positive y, this is negative x, and this is negative y, with the center being the origin, 0, 0. Agreed? Let's copy this and let's reuse this. Okay. Okay, if this was the axis that was given to us, we will see when the gradient is positive and when the gradient is negative, right? Whenever the slope is positive, it will go in this direction. Positive slope. Okay. But whenever the slope is negative, the line would be in this direction. Okay. It's going down. Positive slope means it's going upwards, it's increasing. Negative slope means it's decreasing. So if we had to draw or sketch this slope intercept form, right, then the shape of the line would be negative because this is a negative 20 for the value of m, right? So this would be the negative direction and increasing is the positive direction. We're just looking at an additional information because later on we would have to draw the graphs also, okay? I'll just put them in a box so that it shows to us that that's additional information, not for this question, not required for this question. Okay. The sign of a slope will give us the direction of the slope, okay? So the next question says, okay, let me just copy. For question number 3, this was our answer. Okay. Question number 3 says, very similar question, only the inequality is very different. Okay. Okay. So for question number 3, What they are asking us to do is write the following inequality in a slope-intercept form, where the inequality given was this: 20x plus y is less than or equals to 14. So can we write this as 20x plus y is less than or equals to 14? We can keep y on the left hand side, and we can take the variable with x to the other side. Do we agree on that? So can we take this variable to this side? Whenever we are changing the side, basically what we are doing is we are doing a subtraction. Since this was positive, we do a minus 20x on either sides. That means this is cancelled out, and the inequality for y becomes y is less than or equals to negative 20x plus 14. And this is our answer in a slope-intercept form. Agreed? Just the basics. What we are trying to do is we are trying to simplify an equation. Whenever we are simplifying an equation in slope-intercept form, we might have a greater than sign, greater than equal, less than, or less than equal. We regard that sign as an equal sign. Okay. How? Let's see in question number the previous. All we did was we moved this over here. We kept the sign same. We move minus 20x to the other side. We kept the sign same. So even though we are writing a less than equals to, we consider it to be equal. We do it exactly the same way an equal sign would have been solved. Okay. The less than equal will affect the result, not the form of the equation. Okay. Moving on ahead, let's see what they're asking us in question number 4. I'll just simply copy this because the wordings are exactly the same. And I will paste the equation over here. I'll just simply bring down the equation, okay? So the equation given was 15x plus y is greater than or equals to, this is the equation given to us in question number 4. So what we can do is we can simply copy down the inequality. 15x plus y was greater than or equals to negative 20. We know that this is the left hand side of the inequality. This is the right hand side of the inequality. We need to move 15x to the other side. So since this is already a positive, we subtract minus 15x on this side, and we subtract minus 15x on the other side. That means y can be written as, the sign stays the same, minus 15x and negative 20. And this is our answer. Okay. Do we agree? We are not still sketching. Sketching is very easy, but we're just looking at what the inequality would be. Okay. So let's try another question. Question number 5. The next question we have is, it says, write down the following inequality. Very similar. Okay. Let's me just copy this. Question number 5 is almost same. The only difference is the inequality. So if I would say we are doing question number 5, let's say this is question number 5, and the inequality that was given to us is 20x plus y minus 12. Okay, if this is the inequality that is given to us, we can simply copy the inequality. Y is greater than negative 12. This is the left hand side. You don't have to LHS and RHS. LHS means left hand side of the inequality, and RHS would be right hand side, right? So I'm labeling it for you people, okay? So we just need y on this side, we need to take 20x to the other side. This was plus 20x, so we subtract 20x on this side and we subtract 20x on this side. So what are we left with? We are left with y. The sign comes as it is greater than minus 20x minus 12. And that is the final answer. Okay. The inequality has been changed into slope intercept form. Agreed? Okay. Let's have a look at another question. The next question we have is, if there is, I would myself change the difficulty. Let's just do a few examples. Then we would change the difficulty level so that we would need to do multiple steps in a single question. Okay. Okay, let's suppose question number 6. The given information in the question states that, I'll just remove this inequality and I'll just copy the inequality that is given to us in question number 6. It is basically given as 6x plus y was less than 10, right? So we can say 6x plus y is less than 10. Can we move 6x to the other side? It was a positive. We subtract 6x on either sides. And what we say is, it comes out to be y is less than 10 minus 6x, right? If I am writing my answer in this form, it is not incorrect. But we know that we always have to give our answer in the form y is equals to mx plus c. So we prefer writing it in the form minus 6x plus 10 because this is the form of slope intercept, right? So we would write the value with the x first and the constant goes at the last, okay? But no one would say that this is incorrect. They both are correct, but this is the standard answer, okay? So we need to remember some standards also, because when we say it is a slope intercept, then we say y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to slope multiplied by the value variable x plus the intercept. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay. 1 minute, please. The question number 7 that is given to us states that, I'll change the inequality, and it states we are doing slope intercept. Question number 7 states that 14x plus y is greater than equals to minus 15. How can we solve this? We know that we need to isolate the value of y on one of the sides. So can we keep the y and take all the remaining variables to the other side? We can say 14x plus y was greater than equals to negative 15. Since it's a positive 14 over here, we subtract 14x on either sides. So we cancel this out. Can we write this as y is greater than equals to, and we remember the rule, x variable comes before the constant, minus 15, because y is equals to mx plus c. So this is our slope intercept form. This is just what we need to do. It would be more difficult when we will have fraction, or we can have fraction values also. Let's see if we have another question with the fractions. Okay. No fractions yet. I'll try to make it difficult. Okay, let's try a question with fractions. Okay, this is question number 8, and what I will change over here is just one numerical value. Okay, okay, let's suppose this was 15, this was 5x. No, let's make this 6x, and let's make this 3y. Okay, now the coefficient of the variable x is 6 and the coefficient of the variable y is 3, right? Still possible. We do the question exactly the same way which we have been doing for the previous questions. So what we do is we write 6x plus 3y is greater than equals to negative 15. Can we take 6x to the other side? And this becomes 3y is greater than equals to minus 6x minus 15, right? So if we need to make y the subject, can we divide both the sides by a 3? Can we divide by 3 on both the sides? Or what I can write is, if we are dividing both all the numbers by 3, 3 times 1, 3 times 1, 3 ones are 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 and 3 times 5. So can I say my simplified inequality would be written as minus 2x minus 5. And this is my answer. Or I can leave it in the previous form as well. 3y is greater than equals to minus 6x and minus 15. Preference is simplest form because they are saying in the question answer in simplest form. So we have to simplify. Okay, wherever it's possible to simplify, we simplify. When it's not possible to simplify, we leave it there and there. Like in question number 7, negative 14 and negative 15 cannot be simplified. We just leave it as it is. Okay, let's look at one more simplification. Let's look at another example where we would be able to simplify. Okay, let's say we have question number 9. Okay, I'll just make a 15. Okay, this is simply a y. What about this case? See, what we can do is we can write the inequality 6x plus y is greater than equals to negative 15. What we do is we stack 6x on either sides because we need to take 6 to the other side. So can we say that y is greater than equals to minus 6x and minus 15, right? Can this be further simplified? Because usually we are leaving our answer like this. See, in the previous question, the numerical values were 2 and 5, right? But 2 and 5 do not have a common divisor. But 6 and 15 have a common divisor. We can say they both can be divided by 3. So if we divide by 3 to any equation, we also multiply it by 3, right? So can I write this as y is greater than equals to 3 minus 6x upon 3 minus 15 over 3? Or in simple words, we can say we are taking common. Taking common. Okay. So can we say 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 1, and 3 times 5? And our final answer comes out to be y is greater than equals to 3 stays out, minus 2x minus 5. This is simplified form. But since they were asking us to, I'm just showing you simplified form. But since they were asking us an answer that was In slope intercept, this cannot be slope intercept because 3 has been taken out as a common. So for us, the slope intercept would be this only, minus 6x minus 15. And this form is the slope intercept. Slope intercept form. Okay. Okay. The two words in the name of the equation, they are slope. Slope shows us the direction, and intercept means the value of the constant, right? So the intercept would be the point where the line would cut or intersect the y-axis. So just by looking at the equation, we can find the direction, the amount of slope, and the intersection point. Okay. Moving on to the next question. The next question says, just a minute, please. Let me just copy this statement because we are doing similar statement in every question. Question number 10. Okay. Question number 10 states this. This is question number 10. And the inequality given to us is a simpler one. That is x plus y is less than equals to 16. So can we simply write the inequality first? X plus y is less than equals to 16. If this is plus 1x, we subtract 1x on either sides, or we simply subtract an x. So can we say y is less than equals to minus x plus 16? And this is the answer for slope intercept form. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, so what we can say is, if the question given is this, copy and paste. Okay, I'm just utilizing my space. Okay, question number 11. If I would be moving a lot of screen, so it would be difficult for you to understand. I prefer keeping things on a single screen. Okay. The next question states that 16x plus y is less than 8. So can we write this as 16x plus y less than 8? We can take 16x to the other side. We subtract on either sides. So can we say y is less than minus 16x plus 8? And that is a final answer. Agreed? Okay, let's do this question again with a small number change in it. Okay, let's try the same question by changing just one value in it. Okay, for the next question, question number 12, I'll keep the same question, almost the same question. This is question number 12. Just a minute, please. Okay, this would be question number 12. All I'm saying is if I put 2 over here, if I put a 2 with the y, what can we do with the equation? We know that we can write this 16x plus 2y was less than 8. In the previous example, what we did was it did not have a 2 as a coefficient. Y had 1 as the coefficient, but now we have 2 as a coefficient. What we can do is we can subtract 16x on either sides. So can we say that the answer comes out to be 2y is less than minus 16x minus 8? If this 2 is multiplied on this side, that means we can divide it by 2 also, right? Both the sides, all the numbers on either sides. 2 is cancelled with 2, we get a 1. 2 times 8 is 16, and 2 times 4. So the simplified answer is y is less than minus 8x minus 4. Okay, so we simplify whenever we can simplify. We have to give a simplified answer. Okay, do we agree till here? Any questions about slope, intercept, form? What is slope? What is intercept? Any question? Okay, please feel free to ask me the questions so that if there is any problem, we'll discuss that first. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next question. It says, write the following. That is question number 13. Let's look at the values given to us in the examples. Okay. It says 5x plus y is greater than 5. Okay. So what should happen over here? This would be simply 5x plus y greater than 5. We know that this is the left hand side, this is the right hand side. In order to make the slope intercept form, what we have to do is we have to isolate the variable y. If the coefficient of y is 1, so we do not have to divide in the end, right? We just need to move the variables. So can I say that if we do a minus 5x on either sides, can we cancel this out? Plus 5x and minus 5x would be 0x, right? So can we say this is y is greater than minus 5x plus 5? And that is the final answer. Agreed? Okay. Any questions? Because if you are not asking me questions, if there is no concern, then once we do the test, you will be answering those questions for me. Okay. So it's better to ask right now. Okay. Let's do one more. Okay. With a little change in question number 13. Let's do something similar to question number 13 and let's see if we can add some extra steps. Question number 14. If I say this is 15x plus 5y is greater than equals to 25. Okay. So we can see all the numbers given in this inequality are multiples of 5, right? So can we say 15x plus 5? Okay, we put a minus 15x. Okay, is greater than equals to 25. If this was a negative, we add 15x on the either sides. Agreed? This is cancelled out. And what we can say is it becomes 5y is greater than equals to 15x plus 25. When we have 5 as the coefficient, a coefficient is a number that is written with the variable. Okay. So can we say for the given coefficient 5, if we need to remove the 5, we divide all the numbers by 5, right? 5 times 1, 5 times 1, 5 times 3, 5 times 1, and 5 times 5. So can we say y is greater than equals to 3x plus 5? Okay, that would be a final answer. So let's start off with the test. Let's look at some questions and let's try to find some difficult ones so that we may be able to discuss more. Okay, just a minute, please. Let me go to the test. And can you people also click on the test? Okay, let's try doing the test. Okay, let's begin the test. Okay, the first question in the test is, I'll just simply realign this. Okay. So question number 1 for the test states this. these are the two options that are given to us, and I'll just simply, okay, let's remove this. We are not doing it on the computer. This and this. Okay. So question 1 from the test states that the inequality is given in this form. We need to simplify and find which final answer is correct answer. This is the test. We are doing question number 1 from the test. Can you tell me which option is the correct answer? If the inequality given was 20x plus y is greater than minus 12. Negative 12. Option A or option B? Which option should be correct? See, just by looking at the two options, we can always tell which is the correct option. How? Can anyone tell me? Even before solving it, we can just tell whether option A or option B, whichever option would be correct. See, yes, this is negative 12, right? So it should stay negative 12 because it's already on the right hand side. We see a negative 12, but over here we see a positive 12. It cannot become positive because we are not changing the sign for the constant. Agreed? We are only changing the sign for the variable. That means anything with a positive 12 will not be the answer. Let's confirm. We subtract 20x on either sides. So can we say y is greater than minus 20x minus 12? That would be option number A. That is our correct answer. Okay. I did a question for you. Next question. You please try. Okay. Write down the following slopes independently. Just a minute, please. Okay. Copy and paste. So we have question number 2. And question number 2 says that we are given these two options. Option A and option B. Let's remove this. We don't need this. Let's align this. This is question number 2 from the test. Can you help me out? Can anyone explain? Yes, let's do this together. If the inequality given was 14x plus y is greater than equals to minus 15, and this was given as 14x is greater than minus 14x minus 15, and this was given as greater than equals to minus 14x plus 15. This was option A or option B. Kindly select either of these options. Option A or option B. Waiting for you to respond. See, same rule as question number 1. Before doing anything, the first thing we see is that what is the coefficient of y? The coefficient of y was 1, right? Over here also, y was 1. So we don't have to divide with anything. So, and the constant was positive or negative? Yes, the constant is negative, right? So, the answer should have, yes, option B. No, sorry, option A. Sorry. Option A would be your answer. Why? Why would option A be your answer? Because option A has a constant that is negative, right? So we just simply keep this and we take this to the other side. This becomes minus 14x minus 15. This will not change. Agreed? Yes, option A is your answer. Okay, thank you. Let's try another example. Another question, okay. Sorry. So the next question that we have is, let me just copy this statement because they have the same statement, only the difference is the inequality and the options given to us. I'll just copy the options too. For question number 3, they're saying write the following inequality given in such and so. That is 16x plus y is less than 8. Okay, sorry. If this is given as this, and the two options that are given to us are option A and option B. Can I have the answer? I will not solve this because we did very similar questions already. So what option should be correct? Option A states that y is less than minus 16x minus 8, and option B says that y is less than minus 16x plus 8. So which of these two options should be correct? Just by looking at the equation, right? Very similar to question number 2. In question number 2, we saw the sign, right? This sign stayed the same. This is plus 8. Then it should stay as, yes, option number B. It should stay the same. Why? 16x plus y is less than 8. We subtract 16. Y is less than minus 16x plus 8. Plus 8 is not changing, right? So we just look at, because the signs are the same as well. None of the signs have been flipped, right? So it stays positive. That means, yes, option B is still the correct answer, right? Do we agree? Sorry, I'll just zoom out. So option B is the correct answer. Okay. Moving ahead to the next question from the test. So we click on this option and we see option B. Okay, we do option number B and we'll have the next question on our screen. And the next question says, let me just copy this. For us, the next question is saying question number 4. And question number 4 states this, given information. This is our question number 4. So what should be the answer for question number 4? Option A or option B? See, what they have tricked us is they have given both the options with a negative 20. If both the options have the same, right, we cannot change this. Now, either we look at the sign of this, 20x. When 20x goes to the other side, it will become negative 20. It's still negative. So where are they trying to test our knowledge? I'll just write it again. Option A was y is less than equals to minus 20x minus 20. And option B was y is greater than equals to minus 20x minus 20. See, what we can see is that the we are not being tested on the constant in this case, right? Or even with the slope, because both the slopes are negatives. What we are being tested with is the sign in the middle.
we can see this sign is different to this. So whatever the sign that is here will be the sign of the answer, right? Yes, we can always verify. Okay, so we can say if we take it to the other side, minus 20x minus 20, this sign will not change. That means for this question, option B was the correct answer. Okay, okay. Oh, we are almost done halfway. Half the questions are left. Please do complete those questions as for your homework. Okay, best of luck. Take care. Have a nice day.